Итак, дамы и господа, в синий угол клетки добро пожаловать боец из Соединенных Штатов Америки. Please welcome to the blue corner from the United States of America, Brettt Kuper!
So here we have a very exciting welterweight bout for you to enjoy as we welcome the American Brettt Kuper to the ACB cage, taking on a tough test against Besilan Исаев. But this man has experience, 29 years old. It's actually his first fight at welterweight since 2009, but looks in good shape, looks calm and relaxed. And has fought in there KSW, a long Bellator record. There's a fantastic knockout win over Kendall Grove that saw him get to the finals of the Bellator middleweight tournament. Lots of experience, a very good striker, but also an awkward wrestler. A lot of interesting facets for Besilan Исаев to have to deal with.
Definitely, I mean, Besilan Исаев definitely is a big favourite here in Russia, 34-7, huge record, lots of victories and impressive ones at that. But Brettt Kuper has been everywhere and done it. You know, like you just mentioned, the knockout of Kendall Grove. He also has some great wrestling ability, especially on the fence. And he's just a very confident man. He's still young in the sport, only 29 years old, and at 21-12, has a wealth of experience to be coming here in Russia. Been very relaxed all week here, and seen him around very happy and calm and ready to go.
Красивую клетку добро пожаловать боец из России. Приветствуйте, Беслан Исаев!
Ring announcer.
Fighting out on the blue corner. Ему 29 лет, рост 182 сантиметра, вес 77,3 килограмма. 29 years old, he stands 182 centimeters tall, official weight 77.3 kilograms. Профессиональный рекорд 33 боя, 21 победа, 12 поражений. His professional record 33 fights, 21 victories and 12 defeats. Его стиль ММА. Ladies and gentlemen, his style is MMA, representing Long Beach, California, United States of America, Brettt Kuper! И его соперник в красном углу клетки. Бойцу 32 года. Его рост 182 сантиметра, вес 77,6 килограмма. Его профессиональный рекорд состоит из 41 боя, 34 побед, 7 поражений. Его стиль ММА. Дамы и господа, из Красного Россия, приветствуйте, Беслан Исаев! Рефери боя Армен Анарян.
We'll bring them together. Actually, not a huge amount of size difference here. Besilan himself has fought at middleweight, so an interesting contest. A lot of respect between these two fighters.
A lot of power in the lower body of Brettt Kuper, though. You can see the legs very thick set. Wearing the black with the red trim Valley Judo shorts is Brettt Kuper, and Besilan Исаев in the black Team Berkut clinch gear shorts.
Again, it could be down to the game plan of Kuper, a striker primarily, but has that awkward wrestling. And in his last fight, Besilan Исаев did get taken down a couple of times by Jesse Juarez.
Yeah, definitely up against the fence as well, which is where I believe Kuper has a good strength in his wrestling game. But he, like you said, he likes to strike, primarily he likes to counter, but putting pressure here on Besilan early.
Yeah, he threw a nice stiff jab that Besilan ate pretty well, but then followed it with a big right hand.
Besilan has a huge power in his punches as well. Everyone he throws, he doesn't overcommit to them, but they just have natural power. There's that shot for the takedown up against the fence. See if Besilan can fight this one off. So even there, that little tap shot to the rib, a lot of power, yeah, echoes through the arena here.
Looking to turn Kuper, but that wrestling.
This is definitely where I think Besilan would have been doing a lot of work since his last fight. This position was where he got taken down a lot, although he won his last fight in spectacular fashion with a beautiful armbar from the bottom. It was on the result of Jesse Juarez, who was controlling him really on the ground in the wrestling, taking him down.
Looking to use that Kimura to defend this, but there's a bit of blood coming from somewhere. I'm not sure if it's from Исаев's knows or if...
I think it is. I think it's off that stiff jab. A failed, thwarted attempt there from Brettt Cooper to get the takedown on Beslan. Great work in the takedown defense.
Like you said, thwarted. That will give him confidence in this opening exchange. Slip that left hook from...
Beautiful Thai technique there to control the ankle.
He recognises that as well. Little touch of gloves.
You know, these guys have such a wealth of experience. You know, 21 and 12 and 34 and 7. They're not amateurs in any way. These guys are fantastic athletes, fantastic fighters, and they have a lot of respect for each other. At the moment, Beslan looking a little bit weary on the outside, getting stalked by Brettt Cooper.
Eating a few shots as well. Cooper's great at finding those holes. I mean, he's got a very awkward sort of guard when he's standing upright like that, but somehow he seems to figure out how to use shots, where the gaps are. Like there, he moved to the body.
Very, you know, deceptively rangy as well, very long legs. As you can see, great straight shot there. You know, it was a straight jab, but very powerful. And these guys are always going to work, always thinking of something new, always doing something different.
Big right hand there from Beslan.
That stiff jab is really working for Cooper, and checks that kick well.
Interesting matchup, and yet again ACB putting together great fights, bringing over fighters to really test some of their best. I mean, when we speak to Ibrahim, the matchmaker, he says his aim is to put fighters in there that will beat the fighters here from Russia.
The local boys, you know, really wants to test them and push them, especially people like Beslan, been around a long time, fought a lot of people and beat them in emphatic fashion. He wants to test. It's the only reason he's in the game. So it's a real challenge for Ibrahim to find these fighters they can bring in. Great takedown attempt on that ankle pick.
Again, using that Kimura, trying to defend.
I really feel Beslan has been working this position after his last fight, where he struggled a little bit up against the fence. He's been working diligently here and looking great in defending, looking for that head and arm guillotine, maybe single leg pick up.
Again, back to his feet. Cooper showed some power there, but Beslan springing back to his feet with that.
Great takedown defense shown by Beslan, but he's not getting the best of it on the feet either. So, you know, a real tough matchup here.
We mentioned the training camp up in Chechnya. The Shatorman, big left and right there on. Cooper waves him on. That's the crowd respond.
Stinging straight right hand right through the middle, pierced through that guard of Cooper, and was beautifully done. Cooper looking good though, very, you know, called him on, looks composed.
Big uppercut. Beslan ate that. Oh, he rocked him with that short hook. And Beslan smells blood. Big right hook in with a knee. Cooper working the body though while in there.
Amazing. Cooper managed to recover from that. He snapped his neck.
Big. Beslan got to be careful in these exchanges. Cooper always dangerous. Eats a knee there.
Searching for the neck. Beslan has him. Oh, great takedown from Cooper, allowing him to get to the side control position, which is going to thwart off that guillotine attempt. That shows experience. What a vet there. Absolutely rocked on the feet. Eyes were nowhere in the back of his head. Managed to stay standing. Continued fighting and ends on top. To see this, hopefully see this round out in the end of the first, and we get to see more of this action.
Like I said, I was mentioning the Shatoy mountain at training camp. Beslan's been up there training with those other fighters from Team Berkut. It'll be interesting to see how Brettt Cooper copes with this drop into welterweight, because it does take its toll not getting used to whether you're going up in weight or coming down.
Especially taking big shots like that last left hook. I mean, it was perfectly placed. What a chin on Brettt Cooper, because he took it. He was out for literally outstanding, I think, for a split second. Hopefully we get to see it again.
Good head movement, and there's the right. Not the one that dropped him. Cooper waves him on there.
There it is again. Some 2 shots down the middle, and this is it.
That's
boom.
The one. Short right hook. Certainly stunned Cooper, but look at this. As he comes in, you watch. If they go to the clinch, Cooper's throwing body shots at the same time. Yeah. He's certainly not out of there. Eats a knee.
He's hammering. You have to do that, otherwise Beslan just can go for free, hell for leather, throw what he wants. But as a vet, Brettt knows, even if he just throws something, it makes him wary, makes him think about it, makes him worry, instead of just throwing all his power into the shots when he's rocked on the fence. Great work by Cooper, and that's probably the turning point of the round, which I feel like Cooper was in control of, really. But that hook might make a difference now in this round. see how they approach it.
Oh, nice body kick there from Beslan as well.
Leaping left from Cooper.
Stiff jab again. The striking of Cooper is excellent. But Beslan coming in with a 1-2 over the top.
Has that power, Beslan, just has that, carries it. We saw it there with that left hook. It wasn't a big shot, but it had the power and it was perfectly thrown. And Cooper just managed to stay standing.
He's very good at cutting off the cage as well, isn't he? He walks forward, he's not got great footwork, but the way he comes forward, he seems to be able to back his man up and open up those chances.
Nice 1-2 there from Beslan. Off of that slip.
Exchanging kicks there. Again going for that overhand right. Stiff jab from Cooper.
Beslan looks a lot looser in this second
round. Him a little
round.
bit. He didn't get through 100%, but Cooper backing up. Felt the power of Beslan now. Oh, clips him there with a 1-2. Cooper coming back.
Replies there with a beautiful uppercut that lands. But it's just some crisp, fluid movement from Beslan in this second round. Looks great. Very relaxed, very calm.
Oh, eats his own there. Cooper just slips that overhand right.
Slips the overhand right and replies as well. Great low kick. Stalking Beslan up against the cage right in front of us.
Both fighters having their moments in this round, in this fight. Another close matchup. Who can open up the opportunities? And Cooper's got to be careful dropping his hands going back towards the cage there, because Beslan has made him pay once, could do it again.
Definitely needs to be careful there. That was very close, skimmed him with that hook. And you'll notice Cooper hasn't attempted any more takedowns since being forward twice, attempting those earlier. But then, as I say it, shoots in, gets his hands together, and manages to pick up. Beslan wraps around with the guard, but he still manages to get the take.
2 minutes 38 left of this round.
This is, I think, where Cooper wanted the fight early on. We saw him try and get the takedown, and try and get his weight on top of Beslan. Lots of little chipping shots. Needs to be careful of the guard of Beslan because it's extremely active and extremely good from the bottom.
You can ask Jesse Juarez about that. He was on top in guard and got caught with a nasty armbar. Faked with a triangle. Juarez sat back to try and avoid that and then got caught with a very, very nasty armbar.
Very active hips on top from Brettt Cooper. Working very, very well and diligently on the bottom. On the top, so he needs to be careful of Beslan tying up his arms as he is at the moment. He's got wrist control. Trying to push it through for that triangle. But Cooper in control here. Good movement. Very solid and big on top. Needs to watch that left arm. Nice
big shot
straight
coming down
shot
there.
through the middle.
Great head position as well.
A lot of control from Cooper in this round here. This is really where he wanted it, and I think he can cause a lot of damage in this position. He just needs to try and slip past that leg of Beslan. Good defense on the bottom here. Not really attempting to stand back up, just really defending and maybe looking for something from his guard.
Short hooks.
Nice right hand, went to the body, then went to the head.
Beslan doing a good job of controlling that head. They're not letting
Got that
posture.
foot on the hip, and good work from Brettt to get back into the center. Just beating him up here up against the fence, staying in the guard, not passing too much, although now he looks to get the half butterfly. As soon as he sees the half butterfly, you see him work back into the guard. Doesn't want to get elevated by that left leg. Just brutal. This is absolutely brutal. Beslan with Brettt Cooper on top, looking very big now. Yeah, the size difference is quite evident now. When they're on the feet, it's quite hard to tell, but I feel like he dwarfs him in size on top of him on the ground now. 25 seconds, and he's really going to work. This is great control from Cooper.
The takedown has been the difference in this round, without a doubt. That control, getting it to...
And lots of active shots. You can see the referee hasn't even questioned it or said he's going to stand it up. He's been active the whole time. Looks to pass that leg, get into the half guard to see out the round now. Great change after getting rocked. And it takes a second for Beslan to get up, but he looks calm, cool, relaxed, just taking his time.
Slightly frustrated there.
I mean, he's got a big man like Brettt Kooper on top of him. Brettt Kooper doing everything right once he got to that position. Forced his head up against the fence, had him in the full guard, had his hips high. That doesn't allow Beslan to work his legs up the body, doesn't allow him to do much, apart from try and get the foot on the hip. But every time Beslan had that foot on the hip, he'd shuck it off, go back into the guard and go to work. Amazing work from Brettt Kooper and great cardio shown.
There's a few exchanges we saw from earlier in the round. Big right hands coming there from Beslan. Little shovel hook in response, shovel uppercut, sorry, from Brettt Kooper. But it was the takedown that made the difference, and this put him in this position where he dominated the second half of that round.
You know, it's a very close round to call, and the first was a very close round to call, apart from getting dropped, obviously, which will probably divide the round in Beslan's favour. So you could say it's one each, but you could also say that Kooper needs to finish the fight. Because Beslan had a lot of activity in the first end of that round, a lot of good shots on the feet. But I can imagine Cooper's going to want to get back to the feet, to the floor again.
Big right hands there. Kooper. Oh, but he's been dropped by that left hand. Beslan smells blood right in front of us. Big knees.
Kooper is tough as nails, coming straight back. It's definitely rocked.
But he is still dangerous. What a start to this third round.
Beslan has cement in his fist, absolute rocks. Every time he's landed a shot, they're doing
damage.
Right
in front of us again, looking for those knees.
Mixing those punches and knees up well, but now Kooper has him on the fence, might be looking for a takedown.
Another hard right hand coming in, half blocked there by Kooper.
Again with that overhand, but blocked by Kooper. Cooper's hands low now.
And Beslan looking for a takedown. I'm surprised at that after the success he's had in that early minute of this third round.
Maybe just trying to mix it up, but Kooper defended that takedown beautifully. Jumped back with a sprawl, double kicked his legs back, and now he's in the head and arm position. Has Beslan up against the fence, and now looks for his own takedown. Needs to watch that guillotine again. Beautifully passed. I mean, that's high-level stuff, how he passed that leg there, avoiding that guillotine. That is... He has trained that over and over and over and over, drilled and drilled and drilled, and that might be the difference right now. He got rocked early on, but now if he can control the fight like he did at the end of the round, we could be seeing a dominant third round from Kooper.
All coming from that takedown attempt from Besilan Исаев, which...
Well, Beslan is a very well-rounded fighter. You know, maybe he just thought if he could get on top of Brett, he could cause the same sort of damage and ride the round out. He is highly effective on the ground, and just wanted maybe to mix it up a little bit.
Look at this, getting back to his feet.
Kooper trying to pull him back down, has a good grip over his upper body. Lets it go now to try and throw some shots, and now shoots in again. Needs to watch his neck again.
Got to watch his neck this time, but again, turns the corner. Beslan looking to lock up that guillotine.
And he launches himself through the legs because he knows the danger of that and gets the takedown again. Beautiful stuff from Kooper. Definitely a tough man to guillotine. Beslan keeps going to that. Maybe needs to switch that up and try and defend the takedown rather than look for the choke. But that was a beautiful pass attempt from Kooper. And now he's on top in the half guard or in the knee shield. Not being able to cause as much damage on the ground as he did last time.
Beslan's corner, very animated. They want to see action. There's 2 minutes 12 left of this third round.
I feel like Kooper needs to make something happen though, something special.
Oh, and the referee calls for them to stand.
Needs to make something happen because just grinding this round out probably isn't enough. With being rocked.
He got rocked in the first. He did dominate in the second half of that second round, but it's a tight call, and Beslan's had a lot of
nice uppercut
moments like that where he could have finished off Kooper, but Kooper is durable.
Kooper looking tired now, taking deep breaths, mouth open. Doesn't want to get hit with one of those steady straights or a hook now with his mouth so wide open.
Just under 1 minute 30 seconds left of this round, and either fighter really needs to make a statement. It's so close.
Beslan looking fresh. Maybe that mountain training has helped him out.
Shakes it off. Yeah, that cardio is certainly coming into play now.
It's been a high-paced fight, constant work in depending on in the wrestling and the stand-up. Great movement there from Cooper, and shoots in for that double. He's going to get it.
Turns the corner and he's back. He's in full guard.
Last minute of the fight, needs to cause some damage, Cooper, to really stamp some authority on this round, because it's still very close. You know, I think he really needs to try and look to make something special happen.
45 seconds left.
The guard almost open, then we're in the knee shield from Beslan. He's going to use that to stand back up, but Cooper gets the back of him. Look, can use this again to take him down, has the grip round his hips. Good defense from Beslan. We could see Bret maybe switch to a high crotch, or he's going to stick with the back.
We may even see Beslan roll for something here to make something happen himself, but Cooper's so solid.
Forcing him onto the fence now, looking for that ankle pick on the right leg of Beslan Исаев.
Big punches coming down with just 10 seconds left.
He's going to look for the slam.
Again, another takedown. This is all adding up. To come back after getting rocked that hard early in the first minute of this round.
A very durable performance from Bret Cooper. Incredibly shown some amazing heart, getting rocked twice by Beslan. Beslan definitely looks like the defeated man, but I wouldn't say, I say it's very close to me. Beslan definitely having the more effective striking, which is number one on the judges' scorecards. But Bret Cooper.
Oh, there's the left hook. We just saw that. But yeah, like you said, Bret Cooper. We're about to say Cooper dominated in the wrestling area.
In round one, in round 2 and 3, and in round 1 had most of it as well, apart from getting dropped early on. Beslan doesn't look like a happy man, but he could have taken that fight. The American flag coming out for Bret Shin Cooper. Ready to celebrate. I feel he feels like he's won this fight.
I think with the takedowns and the control in round 2, and particularly the way he turned round 3 around.
I mean, it was a very impressive display from both men. Some great technique shown. Now we're going to find out who's got it. Judges just adding up the scorecards.
Crowd starting to respond, waiting for this decision to come in. Another hard-fought, grueling fight between two very closely matched athletes as well.
Hugely talented. I mean, you can see from the body language of Bret's eyes, doesn't feel like he's won.
Все три судьи единогласно оценили этот результат 29-28. All three judges are on the agreement score the same, 29-28. Единогласным решением судей победу одержал and your winner by unanimous decision, Bret Cooper!
Huge win there for Bret Cooper, coming down to the welterweight division, facing
one of the toughest